So
You also want to critique it too, right?
yeah, critique it, whatever you want to do. So I am happy that we have in St. Vincent a Board of Education. It looks like they're headed in the right direction. Got a chance to see that. Also, happy to see in Delran that we have our red-colored mayor, and we're in support of him. So I am actually, yeah, and so we're all headed in the right direction, but we sort of need to help each other, and I think that's why Jen asked me to come here tonight. So I am running for governor, and that's our, I need a little bit of a name. We want to have a brand, so it's Jersey Jim Fazzone, Republican for governor. That's our motto, is get your jersey on. We're in favor and support of families, workers, and taxpayers. So some of the things that we've been doing more recently on the campaign trail involve making sure that everybody has a job. So again, remember, we're in favor of workers, which also impacts families and taxpayers. So with President Trump coming up with the tariffs, that's going to open up a whole new world of potential industry here in New Jersey. We want to be able to take advantage of that. If you look around your personal area, your personal town, your family situation, you'll find that we've missed really probably 2 generations of career tech. We don't. How hard is it to get a carpenter? How hard is it to get a plumber? I can get my doctors on the phone easier than those guys. And we want to make sure that we're adding that and having that in tandem with the folks that want to be doctors, lawyers, and engineers. We want everything. And I was superintendent of schools at Mercer County Technical School, and we had the highest grade point average and achievement in the entire county. And we had our STEM program, science, technology, education, engineering, and math, and those kids were the highest achievers in the whole county. I had 2 kids with boyfriend and girlfriend. One of them got 1 wrong on the SAT, one of them got 2 wrong on the SAT, and they wanted to take it again. I talked to the assistant superintendent, a friend of mine. He said, if I got 2 right, I wouldn't want to take that test again. But so one of them, she was number 2 in the country at chess. And that was a junior. Then COVID hit, and she couldn't really participate. But along with that, we have mechanics, auto mechanics, auto tech, cosmetology. We had criminalistics. But what happened is, I can tell you that we had kind of like the Democrats were in charge, and we got a $50 million grant for our program, for our schools. Because they were shooting money through a fire hose at social programs, they wouldn't go with the match. We lost out 2 years in a row. I want to make sure, and I can do this through the state through executive order, because the president is going to be getting rid of the Department of Education. Mm-hmm. I will get rid of standardized testing. Now, standardized testing, if you know, takes 6 weeks. It used to be testing day, became testing week, became testing month, became testing 6 weeks. I think COVID was bad shutting. When you shut down the schools for 6 weeks, there's no teaching, there's no learning. The kids are stressed out, the teachers are stressed out, and it's a $1 billion operation. And all I have to do is eliminate it by executive order. I'm happy the president's there, because I don't know why people don't have executive order and indicate that. And the other thing we're going to do to save taxes is go with shared services. I was mayor of the city of Burlington, and one of the ways you can go to cut taxes is to go with shared services. I had a department, housing and community development, and I said, look, I'm going to get rid of them. We'll go with shared services. Save $1 million a year. Then we had the courts. Everybody, we have to have courts. I said, no, we don't. We can send the courts out to the township. They'll pay us. We work together. Another $1 million. Those kinds of things can take place everywhere, and we can do that. Now, once we bring back that career technical education program, and what we can do is leverage the programs we have right now with some of the new programs, because a lot of, and there are a couple different names it goes by, but basically we're talking about computers that run machinery, and we need people to be able to run that machinery. And once the tariffs are put in place, we're not going to be able to have the sweatshop people working overseas. We're going to have the jobs here, and these are going to be high-paying jobs. These are going to be high careers. These are high interest. And, again, families, workers, taxpayers, that's what we're here for. I can talk on a lot of other things we do. Let's talk about public safety. I will say this, because my 4 opponents, 3 of them are legislators, and 1 of them is a talk show host. So when I was in the executive position in the city of Burlington, 8 years, and public safety director, I was in charge of a hurricane when it came through, 2 hurricanes, Hurricane Sandy, Hurricane Irene. In fact, Hurricane Sandy was supposed to come up the mouth of the Delaware and would have just put all of us underwater here. It did go out to sea, but you saw what it did to Manloking and Seaside. But when you're in charge, and these guys haven't done day one as far as being in charge of public safety. So when you have public safety, I'll just give you a quick explanation of this, and then you guys can move on with your meeting. You have what's called the Office of Emergency Management. And the Office of Emergency Management exists in every town. Now, it's statewide, we have the ROC, the Regional Operations Center. But in our Office of Emergency Management, we have tables like this, signs hanging down. And if we open the OEC, or the EOC, the Emergency Operations Center, fire chief sits here. Chief of police sits here. Hazmat sits here. Public works sits here. Emergency services, water rescue, they all have a seat, but it's like a classroom because they all want to talk and they all want to talk at the same time. But I got to be the teacher. There's one guy. I'm in charge. I'm the mayor, and we want to hear from the experts. We come up with a plan. We develop the plan. We implement the plan, and then we see what happens. A couple of situations, and let's go through some emergencies, and then I'll let you go. Fire, tornado, hurricane, flood. Let's go with the fire because that's kind of topical. What's going on out in California? So we had a big fire. You can look it up on the internet. Look up Fazzone. PSE&G fire 2014. It's pictures of me. So I have to go talk to the press. So you'll see some pictures with the big place in fire. So what we had was, they're doing at public service, the big plant, we're doing some demolition. So the guy's got some kind of saw that cuts metal. And of course, something nobody knew about, there's a big petroleum leak. So sparks hits it, boom, here we go, we got a big fire going. So it was potentially going to blow up 4 blocks. So now we have to think, are we going to evacuate? Can we put the fire out? So we listen to what the experts have to say and decide what we're going to do. So what happened was that we had enough foam to put it out somewhat, but we needed more foam and we didn't know where we were going to get it. Bristol had the foam. So I said, give me a plan for evacuation in an hour or now. Give me 1, 2 hours and give me one for tomorrow. But I want to know minute by minute what's going on. We were able to get the foam, and so we were able to put the fire out. But when we had the flood, we were underwater out in Columbus Park. We had to evacuate a portion of it. Family held hostage. The only thing I can tell you is my opponents, I don't know what they're going to do. Come up with some legislation, write a bill. What's Spady going to do? Take a commercial break, order for pizza? I don't know. Go to Joe Myra, New Jersey Traffic South. I don't know what he's going to do. He's never been in that situation before. And I'm not trying to be pompous.
Smart, no.
But when you hire somebody, if you're hiring a surgeon, you want to know how many operations did you do? If you're hiring an auto mechanic, you want to, well, how long has he worked here? What's going on? I've done the job. I would like to do the job. And that's what our campaign is all. And our campaign, more than anything else, is about helping people. I've always been a working class guy. I live the working class thing. And, I've even heard some of these guys, who they're asking, well, I shouldn't say, they're saying, well, what about a flood? I don't know, down at my beach house, we had some flooding last year. What kind of answer is that? Come up with a plan, tell me what you've done. And I just feel that our campaign is doing much. We're doing real well. We're beating them 5-1 on social media. We've got 3 big debates coming up. One will be the Mercer County Republican Club. It's going to be at DeLorenzo's. We got the Pinelands next week. And then Trent State, I have to go. Did I say Trent State? The College of New Jersey, excuse me. I go back a ways. Or Rowan University. I was Glasgow State when I went there. But so we have, feel free to come up and see how we do. But I'd like to eyeball these guys, take a look at their campaign. They've cozied up to the donors. They've cozied up to the party bosses, but we are right there with them. The poll came out today. We're the same as Durr. We are within a point of Bramnick, and Spady and Chitterelli, they're not that far ahead of us, and they haven't even yet looked at social media. We're beating them 4 or 5-1. One thing I will point out, I think when I taught the college for years. I have a doctorate in leadership, I have a master's in leadership, and I also have taught leadership courses to the military, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and went to the Army War College. So I have at least a modicum understanding of what takes place in that situation. And, well, the bottom line is we're here to help people. And You see my card when I give it out. You can take it. It's got my phone. Everybody's always had my phone number. You want to call, find out what's going on, I pick the phone up. People say, well, everybody will be calling. I said, no, everybody doesn't call, but people call. I'd rather find out what's going on and try to help you. But that's all I really have for tonight. So people, friends of mine tell me I look a little better as a cartoon character. What can I say? So we put that out. That's our brand. If you have any questions, you can always give me a call. I have petitions here tonight. If you'd be so kind as to sign a petition, we need 1,000 signatures, and we're on our way. But Jen, you don't even have to get them from me. Jen has them. Eileen has them. But thank you for your time. Any questions? We're good. Okay.
Good luck, Jim.
All right. Thank you.